Hello and welcome everybody. This is your host, Learbach, and you are just in time for more blind bagging it. So yeah, I went to the store and picked up some of these blind bags I was looking at. Again, 2 and 2. So yeah, eventually I'll start doing more. For the time being, we got these little Mega Bloks Halo figures. And My Little Pony figures, and apparently cards. I can see through the packaging, sort of. Like one of those transparents, but like you can only see like the silhouettes. Yeah, so yeah, pony inside of a random pony and a collector's card. So yeah, I was looking online. At other blind bags for these. One thing I want to mention: if you can get these at the store, they're like $2 and something. Actually, I think probably closer to $3. Online, they're about $7 on average. Yeah. Also, these are apparently Series 3. I'm assuming this is also Series 3, given this is the Charlie series, and if you're going by Alpha Bravo Charlie, like, you know, military style stuff, so, you know, 1, 2, 3, ABC, so on and so forth. So yeah. So yeah, let's start off with the Halo ones. Not the biggest fan of Halo, but no, I don't hate the games. I do like the sci-fi aspect of the fact that it's one of the few brightly colored first-person shooters out there, especially one of the few mainstream ones. I think the only one I can think of that was really brightly colored, I think the last one I can think of is Bulletstorm for some reason. I know there's more. So yeah, and especially considering looking on here, like all the different colored armor you can get, like. Yeah, there's one that's bright orange, there's a Covenant member that's red, yeah, so I mean, let's go ahead and open them up. Okay, there we go. And I can just tell most of you are just I can just tell some of you are just tuning in to see me one day cut myself. Never gonna happen. And right there, you're expecting me to cut myself right there, weren't you? So, out of the Halo stuff, the ones I'm hoping to get are... Well, I already have one of the Covenants from Loot Crate, and I even have the carbine right here to prove it. I actually have one of my Lego minifigures using it right now. So yeah, let's go ahead and first thing we're going to pull out is the, I guess we can call it the cheat sheet. Let's see, what do we have here? We have, looks like a cloaking guide. Oh, 2 cloaking guides, but they look like they're the same model. Supposedly they're ultra rare if we're going by the colors. We got like green, which is common, yellow, which is uncommon, and red or orange, however you look at that, as ultra rare. Oh, excuse me, it's common, rare, and ultra rare. Okay. Yeah, looking at that, you got like 2 guys. Again, they look the exact same, only just how it's just like mirroring each other. They're even down to the same gun. Well, yeah, of all this said, I'd probably say the one I want the most would be this guy. He's one of the common ones. But at the same time, I don't really like his gun. Yeah, well, let's see what we got. Oh, this comes in more. Oh wow, this comes in more pieces. Oh, looks like. Well, looks like I got the guy I wanted, judging by the head anyway. So this comes in a bunch of little pieces. So the first thing we have is the display stand, which with the Legos is not quite as big, but then again, the proportions for these guys are a little different. So good. There's like a bunch of small parts here. These are like, wow, this is insane how they expect you to actually put this guy together piece by piece. Okay, so right here we have the hip joint and one of the feet. I'm going to attempt to hook this up. Oh, okay. Oh, so it's kind of like this kind of semi rubber, like this kind of soft, semi-soft plastic, so it's like it's easy to snap on. Okay, that's pretty neat. Or theoretically, it's easy to snap on. I'm having trouble with the other leg here. There we go. Okay, and it creates kind of a pretty tight grip because of it. That's pretty neat. And you can just hook this into the body here, which oddly enough already has the hands and arms hooked up to it. So just plug it up. Okay. Okay, so we got some waist articulation, some knee and elbow articulations. Outside of that, it's a little more articulate than a standard Lego minifigure. Wrist articulation, shoulder and hip articulations. And I'm talking about the articulation of a Lego figure. And finally we'll put the head on. We got the base figure done. So yeah, so we're technically done as is, but we still have the armor to put on, which for those of you wondering, let me see if I can find the instruction. Oh, there are instructions in the back for how to put on the armor. Not going to use that. I'm going to try to figure this out on my own here, at least for this first one. Looks like it's relatively simple. Like right here we have some front and back pieces here. Oh. So yeah. Looks like the front and back pieces are the same. Just yeah, all it is just a matter of figuring out which side is which, or what's up and what's down on the armor. Is it? Huh. Okay, this is a little weird. Okay. I'm having trouble putting this on his body, is it? Maybe it does matter. Huh. Okay, let me check. Oh. Okay, so real quick, before we put the legs together, there's a middle piece right here that goes in between the legs and the rest of the body. Okay, keep that in mind. Almost dropped the body. That one, it does matter. You want to make sure it's looking right and not, you know. Okay, so let's look at the instructions here. So it looks like we may have gotten a gypped one here. Yeah, it looks like we may have gotten a gypped the messed up set here because the armor plates. Yeah, so it looks like we may have gotten two front pieces instead of a front and a back piece. Weren't done with the waist yet, so we got another waist piece right here to hook up. It'll look something like that. Here's the back. Just a volley of disappointment for me. Just a volley of disappointment I'm being today, aren't I? Okay, looks like we got a holster here, but I'm not sure where it would hook up. Okay, so we got Okay. We got 2 of these pieces. There we go. That go on the shoulder. Took a little slot piece that looks like, yeah, there we go. Going somewhat like that. We're almost done. So let's take off one of the leg pieces, and this little holster piece looking thing actually goes one like so, I think. Let me make sure it looks better. Ah, there we go. Goes on like so, actually. So yeah, had the wrong piece on. So we're almost done with this guy. I did not expect this to take this long for one guy. So not really sure what. I guess this is supposed to be a back plate here. Let's see what the actual. Doesn't show us the back side, so I don't really know. It might go on like this. This might be how the back piece goes. It looks right. But unfortunately, it looks like we'll never be able to figure that out unless we get another one. That kind of stinks. Yeah, so we got this Master Chief. Let me give him his pedestal. There we go. Unfortunately, he's going to go unfinished. Unless I get lucky enough to get 2 front pieces on the next figure. So yeah, I think we've wasted enough time with that one figure. Let's move on to our next one with My Little Pony. There we go. Had to find my knife there for a second. Oh, I want to be very careful with this one, but I don't want to cut any card. Fortunately, like I said, it's semi-transparent, so using a light source can kind of help you with that one. There we go. Wow, the plastic's a little more tougher on this. So, out of the My Little Pony sets, I'm really hoping to either get Rainbow Dash, Fluttershy, or let's see what else we have here. It seems like the card itself is also the cheat sheet. So what can we get from here? Fluttershy, Rainbow Dash. Oh, they have 2 versions of each of the main characters. Looks like like the little down at the bottom they have at least. Oh wow, you cannot see. These are really small. So like the top ones up here, you have like Pinkie Pie, Applejack, Rainbow Dash, Twilight Sparkle, Rarity, and oh, for some reason Fluttershy's all the way over here. Then at the bottom you have Rainbow Dash, Pinkie Pie, and Twilight again, but like their rainbow power forms. So yeah, out of all these, Fluttershy, Rainbow Dash, or I don't know. They don't have Sunset Shimmer on here, so it's either gonna be Fluttershy or Rainbow Dash. I have a soft spot for my Pegasisters. So who do we get here? A rarity recolor. This one, Lemon Hearts. So yeah, she has a. Looks almost like 4chan on her for her cutie mark, minus a heart. Does that make her 3chan? So yeah, really does not show up well in the camera. Wow, it's that bright green, it's that bright yellow. Wow. Hopefully the other one will show up a little better. So yeah, quick little story while we're on the subject of the My Little Pony one. When I went to the store that I went to last time, they had like a ton of these, and I was gonna get a bunch of them then and there, and I was like, yeah, I'll get them next time. So I already had some blind boxes in the mail, and so yeah. So when I went to the store this time, I had intended to get as many as I could, or at least, 4 or 5. They only had 2. And then they also had one of the littlest pet shop. Only one of them because the other one was open. It did the same thing with the Minecraft. They had Minecraft blocks as well. They had the little Nether series, which you already saw a video of. I was gonna get a few of those, but they were completely out of those. Probably because all the kids kept popping them open and stealing them and taking them out. Well, it kind of sucks. So anyway, so next we'll do the Halo one. Hopefully this one won't take forever to assemble. So here's the cheat sheet again. We already know it's on this one. Same as before. Since we already got the guy I kind of wanted, minus the armor. Guess we'll go for the Red Covenant dude over here. Kind of like his gun and the way he looks. If I can automatically tell from the color orange, we did not get him, but the other guy. Did we get a complete armor set this time? Let's see. Yep, we did. Okay. So one thing. Here's the back end. Here's the front end. Here's what they will look like on the armor. There's 2 little square pegs and 2 little square holes. You'll plug them in, and there's your armor. Now you'll want to do that obviously on the body. Otherwise, you gotta fit it through the. You gotta find somewhere to fit the arms through it. Looks like it's a pretty tight fit, pretty nice fit, and then there will be a hole in there for the back for like, let's say, for like jetpacks or anything else that you might need to attach. For these little pieces, since this one's gonna be a little easier to see, you want to make sure they're on the right side. They should slide on pretty easily, and they should line up with the rest of the foot. So yeah. Then as for the hip, there will be the hip piece here. The smaller piece on this side is going to be the front. The reason I didn't say this before was because I was, my first time. So now that I have the ability to really say something, yeah. Then I believe with this little piece here, it's going to be the same thing. You slide it on top of the pelvis piece that you just hooked on. Smallest piece goes in the front. Largest piece goes in the back. So it should match up. Then you just plug it into the body. So it'll look something like this. And here's the back end. So we got kind of neat little thing with the armor. With the armor jutting out like that. Kind of like spinal armor. Ooh, gave us new shoulder pads. So the shoulder pads on here, I'm assuming, go on like this. So like the little metal piece that you see up there goes on top. Oh no, according to the picture, it goes to the bottom. Okay, so it actually goes on like Let's see if I can. That. Hopefully. These are really hard to see. I need to get a better camera for this. Unfortunately, they're bloody expensive. And of course, you can pop the arms out pretty easily. So, another advantage of the Halo figure is if you get doubles, you can do some customization with those as well. So you can have different arms, different heads, different bodies, and stuff like that. And you can even like rearrange the armor in different ways. Like you just saw with me, you can flip the armor around, and there you have technically a different character now. Did I? Oh, there it is. Okay. Almost lost the other piece here. So I'm gonna try and show this one off. Like this. Plug it in. Again, make sure it's lined up with the leg. And then you can just plug that into the body. Should hear a slight little click. You may not hear, but you should at least feel it then. And then it looks like we got a shotgun here, which I'm okay with. I'm okay with this guy as well. So yeah. Got a little bummed out that the armor doesn't quite work out, but one thing I can say, that at least for one of these guys, I got some customization options in being able to swap out armor plates for the backpack. So now I can actually put the back on him, and that actually doesn't look half bad. Kind of just looks like it's just been unpainted. That's really it. Maybe he's wearing like a prototype backpack or something like that. So yeah, let's put him on his pedestal. Really gotta find my Covenant dude. So yeah, there's our orange Spartan Master Chief dude. We got a blue unarmored version of the meta from Red vs. Blue. Actually, the helmet might actually be the same color. The visor might actually be the same color as what the meta had. One thing I will say about Red vs. Blue, one thing I will say about Halo, I love Red vs. Blue. I was almost about to say one thing about Red vs. Blue, I love Red vs. Blue. And you know their Ruby series that they're working on, or were working on. I think they're still going to be working on it even after, even though the guy that created the series died, which kind of sucked. Yeah. Didn't he die in February, I want to say? Yeah, which officially marks February as like the worst month of the year. So we got one more figure to do. We got another My Little Pony. Let's see, since I didn't get Rainbow Dash or Flutters, what are the ones that are... Really, any of the main six I'd be okay with. Out of the main six, I'm looking at these. Firecracker Burst? She's kind of like a green, kind of almost look like unicorn version of Lightning Dust. Which, for those of you who watch the show, would know who Lightning Dust is, but she's supposed to be like Rainbow Dash's counter character for like one episode. Then comes the Equestria Girls movie, Friendship Games, where they make a humanized version of Lightning Dust, but give her a completely different color palette and name for that matter. Seriously, if you just recolored her to look like Lightning Dust and didn't even mention her name, you would never know. But she is like one of my favorite side characters from that movie, partly because she's one of the only few that actually have the personality at all to give. Seriously, there's like, yeah. Anyway. Oh, looks like we got Firecracker Burst. I swear I did not look into this, so yeah, we got Firecracker Burst. Let me face it the right way. There's her cue mark. Kind of sees a little fireball. She's a recolor of Twilight. Like she is a recolor of Twilight. I didn't realize that when I was looking at the picture. These are so small. So, on one hand, I do like the idea of the trading cards. I don't like the idea of them being printed alongside the character sheets. It kind of to me kind of devalues it a little bit. These are a little bigger than I thought they'd be. Because when I picked up the bags for the first time, I thought they were gonna be like, you know, something like yay big. But you know, I'm kind of happy with how they turned out. I mean, even if they are all just like, you know, recolors and just recolors of the main characters. That's still kind of cool though. So yeah, we got Lemon Hearts and Firecracker Burst. You still can't see her cute. Yeah, Lemon Hearts is just not good on the camera. That yellow is not good for the camera, especially when you look at my background, my wall, which actually looks more yellow in here than it does in real life. It's supposed to be like this kind of grayish blue color. So yeah, I like the little pony figurines. Being a fan of the show helps. If you're not a fan, obviously it's not gonna be your thing, and I can understand that, you know. But if you do like the show, you'll probably get a kick out of these little blind bags. As for the Halo Charlie series, aside from the very first one not having his full set of armor and actually instead having a duplicate back piece, I do kind of like these. These are kind of a little neat. I like that they're very articulate. Unfortunately, I don't think they'll do well beside Legos. Like accompanying Legos in a set. So let me let's get out Homer here. Yeah, you can kind of tell a huge difference. I mean, I know this one's like Simpsons, but still. Though you could probably find a use for them. For me, they'll probably turn into like, you know, just kind of robots in my story. I have whenever I play around with my Legos, I usually have like, you know, there's humans, there's non-humans, there's like from like the Lego Chima sets, for example. Only have like one of those. But I'll do 3 figures from that one set. And then you have like robots, which I have a few different robots from like Exoforce, was it? Yeah, I think it was the Exoforce set where like they all had like giant mech suits. Very anime inspired apparently. But yeah. So that's probably what these guys are going to be either relegated to, or they're going to be just, I'm just going to use them for like, just for display purposes only. So yeah, but, you know, I kind of like how they turned out. Kind of like their weapons. Always liked the Halo weapons. That was one of the big things I loved about Halo, is their weapons. Just so unique. But yeah, that will be it for this blind bag. So until next time, I will see you guys later.